Given that Megadeth is one of the big 4 thrash metal bands and I've never listened to them, I figured that I should probably change that right now. So we're gonna start with the Holy Wars. ... The Punishment Due. You ready, Mosh? Let's do it. Wearing shirts and very tight skinny jeans. Let's go. Oh, that guy kind of looks like Bryce with his hair.
Brother will kill brother, spilling blood across the land. Yeah, for religion, something I don't understand. Wolves like me cross the sea and come to foreign lands. That's a shame for their beliefs. So you kill our God's command.
Wow.
A country that's divided. Surely will not stand. My bastard race, no more disgrace, no foolish naive stand. Amnesty is crystal clear by the master plan. Don't look down, for Israel might be your homeland. Holy wars.
Wow. Okay, so that's like the Holy Wars part, and it looks like we're about to move into part 2, The Punishment Due. I just want some context on this song. Okay, the first part is written about the religious conflict in Northern Ireland, which started in 1960, but has roots all the way back to the 17th century. Okay, apparently while on tour in Northern Ireland, Dave Mustaine, the frontman of Megadeth, was dissuaded from yelling at taking action against bootleggers selling Megadeth t-shirts because they claimed it was to help fund the cause, and he liked the sound of that, so he dedicated a cover of the Sex Pistols to it, shouting, "Give Ireland back to the Irish, this one's for the cause, anarchy in Ireland." And this resulted in a near riot, and Megadeth had to leave the city of Belfast in a bulletproof bus by police escort. Okay, it has crazy interesting history, but I think this idea of a holy war is very common throughout history. But let's keep listening to the song now, part 2, The Punishment Due. Very different sound. fucking guy. He's our assistant director of development. And he rips. Sounds like a war. Like we're going back and forth. We're fighting. Whoa. 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 Okay, Megadeath. Okay. My thoughts. Wow. Well, Megadeath itself means 1 million deaths and is a unit used in casualties in war, which is like sad. And it's interesting thinking about how music often speaks to a political or a cultural message. Like punk had more of a rise. Punk and like metal and non-mainstream music had more of a rise during times where there was like political unrest. So in like the 2000s, when there was a lot of political unrest, there was a rise. And now we're seeing another resurgence where there's a lot of political unrest. And so it's interesting that these genres often use music to speak to politics. But let's talk about this from a mental health perspective. I think this is really interesting. Mental health itself is a holy war. When we break it down, I like this line, a country divided surely will not stand. Because if we think of ourselves as people, a person divided surely will not stand. A mind that's divided will not stand. And why that's important is because most of us have divided minds, one thing rather or another, and we don't even realize it. For example, it's like, let's say you want to change a habit. Let's say you want to stop drinking. There's a part of you that wants to stop drinking, but there's another part of you that keeps drinking because it's a coping mechanism. Those parts are at war with each other. Let's say a part of you wants to end the cycle of toxicity in your relationship, but another part of you maybe is addicted to the toxic cycle. Those parts are at war with each other. Every single person on earth, I have never met someone who doesn't have parts that are at war with each other within ourselves. We have pieces of us that want one thing and pieces of us that want the complete opposite thing. And those things are at war. And this can severely impact our mental health. And the more parts of ourselves we have at war, the more likely we are to have mental health struggles like depression and anxiety and, any kind of mental health struggle, any kind of stress, because it is stressful to have pieces of you internally be battling all of the time. And so if you can relate to that, you have a part of you that wants something and another part of you that wants something else, please share in the comments by tagging at HeartSupport and we will support you through it. And it's a holy war to try to get these parts to speak to each other non-judgmentally and to integrate. And the way that we do that is we need to understand both sides and what both sides are trying to do, and then get them to come to the table together and speak to one another. It sounds kind of woo-woo, so that we can figure out a solution where both parties are happy. And what's interesting is a lot of the time they're trying to do the same thing in a different way. And so we just need to get them to understand, to get on board with the way that us as our centered self wants to do it. It's basically like coming to the negotiation table to end a war. When we do this, it can be really positive for our mental health. It can actually be a holy war to get to that negotiation place and to get to that place where our minds are no longer divided and the parts of us are more integrated. Wow, this was really interesting. This was really interesting. If you liked watching me listen to Megadeth, you'll probably love watching me listen to Iron Maiden. I just did Fear of the Dark and it was a really good one, so check that one out.